Miss Brandon. Is anything wrong?
2 are not enough. They don't even give me time to bury my dead.
Please sit down.
No, I don't want to sit down, thank you.
This is exactly like the drawing your brother received. Only it bears another date. May the 13th, that's tomorrow. Was this left at your door?
Yes, about half an hour ago. I came here directly.
You didn't happen to notice the messenger who left it?
No, one of the servants answered the door. He just took it. Didn't notice anything. Oh, Mr. Holmes, what shall I do?
Isn't May the 13th the night you're supposed to go to Lady Coningham's party?
Yes, but...
I know Lady Conyngham is irreproachable, but there's too much emphasis on this date, May the 13th, whether you should go to the party or whether you shouldn't.
You mean Gerald?
Miss Brandon, we feel that... Yes.
Mr. Hunter has much to explain, Miss Brandon, but as yet he has not been proved guilty.
But I must know.
You really want to know?
I must. I'll do anything rather than bear this uncertainty, this suspense.
Then go to Lady Coningham's party.
But I can't. Not now. After Lloyd.
I understand your feelings, but you must go to Lady Coningham's just the same. She's an older woman. She's very fond of you. Now you're alone in a time of trouble. What more natural than that you should go to her?
But she's giving a party. And my brother's...
You'll only have to make an appearance.
Yes, but...
That's what I want, Miss Brandon. I want you to make an appearance. Perhaps take a walk through the grounds. I warn you, it may involve considerable risk. But I think the kind of woman I take you to be would rather risk everything on one venture than live the rest of her life in the shadow of doubt and death. Am I right?
You are right, Mr. Holmes. I'll do as you say. Thank you, and goodbye.
No. This time we'll say au revoir. Miss Brandon?
Yes?
You're quite sure you're not afraid?
Of course I'm afraid, but I'll go through with it.
Good.
May the 13th. That's tomorrow night. Well, Holmes, you've certainly let yourself in for a busy night tomorrow. What about the Star of Delhi and your promise to Sir Ronald? And what about your duty to the Crown?
All that will be taken care of, never fear. I'm going to delegate the most dependable man I know to guard the Star of Delhi in my place, while I keep an eye on Miss Brandon.
Oh, really? And who may that be?
You, my dear fellow.
Huh?
You'd like to let that razor slip, wouldn't you, Dawes?
No, sir, by no means, sir.
You're a coward, Dawes. If you weren't a coward, you'd have cut my throat long ago.
Why, I give you my word, sir, that thought never entered my mind, sir.
And you're worse than a coward, you're a fool. You have as much hatred for me as I have contempt for you.
Excellent.
Without your beard, sir, you look like your own son.
It's unlikely that I shall be back tonight, Dawes. You may as well take the evening off.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dawes.
I'm engaged.
Of course you are, Bassick. Why do you think I'm paying you?
I never would have recognized you, Professor. Yes, sir?
What did you find out, Bassick?
Just like you said. They're taking the goods off the boat tonight. The men is waiting.
Excellent. Now let's hurry.
Yes, sir.
Hello, darling.
Are you feeling all right, my child?
Yes, I think so.
And has that young son of mine been behaving himself?
He's been awfully kind. I'm afraid I'm very tiresome this evening.
Nonsense. No man on the bright side of senility could possibly call you tiresome. Anne, you're glad you came, aren't you?
Very glad.
Good. You see, I was right. It was quite the best thing for you to do, to come down here. You shouldn't have thought of staying alone in that house so soon after.
Perhaps you're right.
You're going to stay on here over the weekend.
If you want me.
As long as you like, my dear.
Thank you. Has anyone asked for me tonight?
Why, no. Are you expecting someone?
No, I'm not sure. It doesn't matter.
Oh, Mother, may I take Anne away? I wanted to see some of this entertainment.
Of course, dear. I hope it will be good.
Sit here, Anne. I want you to see this music hall chap. He may be amusing.
Everyone delights to spend their summer holiday down beside the side of the silvery sea. I'm no exception to the rule. In fact, if I'd my way, I'd reside by the side of the silvery sea. But when you're just a common or garden smith or Jones or Brown, at business up in town, you've got to settle down. Just save up all the money you can till summer comes around. Then away you go to a spot you know where the cockle shells are found. Oh, I do like to be beside the seaside. I do like to be beside the sea. I do like to stroll along the prom, where the brass band plays ding-dong-pom. So just let me be beside the seaside. I'll be beside myself with glee. For there's lots of girls beside. I should like to be beside the seaside, beside the sea.
Funny fellow, isn't he?
Yes.
And I wish there was something I could do. Could I get you an ice?
You're very kind, Tony. I'd like that.
Right. You stay here. I'll see what I can pillage and be straight back.
Thank you.
Good evening, Miss Brandon. Everything all right?
What do you want?
We did have an appointment, you know.
Mr. Holmes.
We mustn't be seen together. Has anything happened? Have you seen anything unusual?
No, nothing yet. Mr. Holmes, do you think I could possibly be in danger here?
There's no doubt of it, but don't worry. I'll be watching.
I'll be glad when it's over.
Yes, I know. Don't take any unnecessary risks. Don't talk to strange people, and above all, don't wander far from the lights in the crowd. I must go back. Good luck.
Here we are, Anne.
Oh, thank you. Tony, that's a South American gaucho orchestra, isn't it?
Yes, rather good, aren't they?
Yes. Shall we go in? It's rather chilly out here.
Just as you like, Anne.
You're being too hard on Holmes, Ronald.
He gave me his word he'd be here, sir.
He sent me in this place? You! Well, sir, I've been with Holmes on a good many cases, and I can assure you might have done considerably worse.
I dare say you might have. Where at least are the policemen he promised to send me?
They'll be here directly. A sergeant and 2 policemen. Picked men, sir.
What is it, Sergeant?
Police officers to see Dr. Watson, sir.
Bring them in.
About time.
Dr. Watson here?
Yes, I am Dr. Watson.
Sergeant Bullfinch, at your service, sir.
Good evening, sir.
May I see your identification, sir?
I told you, I am Dr. Watson.
I don't doubt that, sir, but the inspector said I was to be particular about identification, sir. You seem to be a law-abiding citizen. I suppose you'll be wanting to see mine.
Yes, please. Everything seems in order, Sir Ronald?
Mark!
Captain Mannering, Royal Navy, with escort reporting to Sir Ronald Ramsgate.
Just a moment, sir.
Is that you, Sir Ronald?
Yes. Captain Mannering?
Yes, sir.
Raise the portcullis.
Well, here it is, Sir Ronald. The Star of Delhi.
Great anxiety to me, Captain Mannering. I can't tell you how relieved I shall be when I have this jewel safely locked up in the tower.
Would you like us to go with you, sir?
No, there's no occasion. I have ample protection.
Then I bid you goodbye, Sir Ronald.
Goodbye, Captain Mannering. I'm most grateful to you.
Thank you, sir. Gentlemen.
All right, Captain Wilson.
Guard, about her! Hit her!
It's the longest short walk I ever had. Hold that for a moment, will you? The crown jewels, gentlemen. The accumulated wealth of 10 centuries of English kings. A grave responsibility. It's not often this door is unlocked, and this is the key to all this treasure.
Now! I told you somebody snatched it.
The policemen, where are they?
They're not policemen at all. What? After them.
Sergeant, it's there. Sir Ronald, look!
The Star of Delhi. They dropped it.
You see, Sir Ronald? Everything's turned out all right after all.
Small thanks to your brilliant friend Sherlock Holmes, so my fears were ridiculous, and that note was merely the work of a crank. Nobody would steal the Star of Delhi.
No one there, Sir Ronald.
Never mind, Sergeant. I have the jewel. I've a good mind to give this story to the press. It would put Holmes in his place.
Oh, I wouldn't do that, Sir Ronald. You have got the jewel back.
I have indeed. As safe as the crown jewels of England. But no thanks to Holmes.
Well, he did send me in his place.
Yes, and the capital thing he did. You're a splendid fellow, Watson. You've done me a great service tonight. I shall see to it that your conduct is reported in due course to the proper authorities. Come along, Sergeant. Turn out the light. Yes.
They got away, sir, from the direction of Tower Hill.
But they left what they came for. The emerald is safe.
Oh, good, sir. All right, Sergeant.
Goodbye, my dear. I'll drive over and see you tomorrow. You're terribly tired, my child, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
You'd better go to bed. I'm going to look in on you later, and if you're not asleep, I shall be very severe. Mm-hmm. Whatever is the matter with you, my dear?
I just noticed the time. That clock on the landing. 7 minutes to 12. In another 8 minutes, it won't be May the 13th anymore.
You must go to bed at once. You really must. I'll go with you.
I'd like you to. Only, I shouldn't take you away.
Nonsense. They've all gone. Besides, no one misses a middle-aged hostess.